little bit of different change of scenery. About to have some din-dins, well, breakfast. And yeah, let's get into it. This is now Thursday. I'm a little bit on edge, so I'm on edge. I'm waiting for the little one to be born. We had some scans this week. I've had my tooth sorted this week. It's been a short week with bank holiday and things like that, so I had Monday off. I took this job today just due to the financial reasons, really. It was a job that I had set off early doors, so I had set off at 3:30 this morning. I've ended up in Andover, if I said that right. Andover for 7:30 for a drop off. I'm just in Oxford now, and it's now gone 10 o'clock. So I waited in Andover, had a coffee, had a chill, waited for a job to come up. My signal was terrible. I don't know if anyone else is having that, but the O2 signal is terrible. Yeah, I'm just waiting for a job now in Oxford, and then I'm going to take a job up north, further up north. I'm on the phone all the time, just waiting for the call. Let's have a good rest of the week. And what I'm going to do while I'm here and the sun is shining, finally, the sun is bliss. What I'm going to do is, I got some great questions, so I'm going to answer them questions shortly. I'm just going to enjoy this and I'm going to answer the questions shortly. Healthy people, healthy. And this by the way is my target for sure runs, to get them early runs in. So get on the road for early doors, 4-5 o'clock, into like a hot spot. I call them hot spots. Then straight into another job back up north. It's so much easier. Collect enough money and go from there. Yeah, that's the best money that I've seen. The Boeing 747, that is the fan, doesn't affect this microphone, so we will see. But I got some good questions. I got a question that I want to answer, because I do believe it's quite important when you're doing any form of business, not just courier work. So it was from called himself D, basically, and the question was, how do you go about growing your business, getting your own end of use customers, and do you plan on becoming a shipper? So let me answer that in the best way that I can from what I know in business and things like that. But there's a much bigger picture to that. So towards the end of the last video I explained, but yes, there will be a shipping element to all of what we do. So we'll be covering all aspects nationwide, but starting off just in South Yorkshire preferably, and then building up the infrastructure on that. How do I go about getting my end users? So there's multiple ways that you can get a client for any business, right? But there's 3 ways to look at it, yeah? So I'll explain how I'm going to attempt to get the clients. So it's going to be through networking, local business events in Sheffield, South Yorkshire, social media marketing, YouTube, like I'm doing now, and then towards the end of the year, running paid ads and word of mouth. So incentivise word of mouth and just referrals through word of mouth. Because it's all well and good having all the leads, everything like that. But if you don't have the infrastructure, and what I mean by infrastructure, it could be as big or as small as you want. But if you don't have the infrastructure to deal with the clients that are coming through, your service is going to be absolutely terrible. Like for example now, if I got 100 calls or 50 emails or 20 emails, could I handle it? Probably not. So it's absolutely pointless me going out and absolutely battering the marketing when I'm just trying to get my foot in the door and trying to understand it and taking step by step. So what I would suggest, just keep it nice and simple. 3 aspects: marketing, infrastructure, and product and service. Because if one of them is down, you basically, you're going to create more indigestion than starvation of the business. Because if one of them is down, it doesn't matter how much you fill up the pipeline, yeah, you'll be able to get away with it and you'll be able to fail forward and things like that. Not everything's going to be perfect, I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, don't fill the buckets too high. Don't try and make your product too perfect. Get out there with the best resources you can and do everything you can. Marketing. Just try and get the word out there with a few local clients, see what sticks. And then infrastructure. Make sure that when a client does email or phones or something like that, you're polite, you're not rushed, you're not stressed, you're not angry, like you're not flustered. You can get a good quote, you can put a good service in, if it is for courier work, for example, or it's for anything that you do. It's for anything that you do. That's the way that I look at it. Marketing and advertising, products and service, and infrastructure. How can you deal with it? What's the products and service that you're selling, and what's the marketing? That's the way that I look at things. Build a business that, or build like a career around this, or however you want to do it, that suits your lifestyle that you want to create. Because a bigger business isn't necessarily the better business. A small business isn't necessarily the easiest business. Yeah. But make sure that you're building a business built for you, because there's a quote that I live by: you don't get what you deserve, you get who you become. So whoever you become, so through personal development, the amount of books you read, the amount of way you look at things, your perspective on life, how you approach things, you can deal with your emotional threshold to dealing with things. Because you'll have someone there that can deal with 10 clients, but someone with the same stresses can deal with 100 clients. Two totally different circumstances, two totally same thresholds. So, but two totally different outcomes in income. So just remember, who you become is more important than anything else, because who you become will tell you how much you can deal with. So focus on yourself, focus on development of yourself. That is little things like audiobooks, networking, going to gyms, looking after yourself, better foods, better diet, like all round good water, like all round good health will help you make better decisions. Don't ever look down on that. Don't ever people is do something a little bit different. So on a Friday, usually when it's end of the week, if I've been on the road, what I normally do, give my van a little clear out. So what I thought I'd do is talk through it, just while I'm giving my van a little. Don't know if you can see me very well, but we'll see. I've not really been on the road much this week. I've only been on the road this week, last 2 days, but I've done the thing that I said I weren't going to do unless the money was right, unless the invoice was right, and that's Sheffield down to London, because I always get stuck in London. I don't know how you guys do it. How do you guys do it that are courier driving in London? You can't move. You can't move anywhere. It just took me an hour to do 7 miles, or an hour and a half to do 7 miles. You just can't move. I don't know how people are doing it. But one thing that I wanted to say was, I get a lot of questions that are based on how many bottles I drink, by the way. How many bottles of water. So last 2 days. I get a lot of people that ask, how much can you make from courier driving? How much can you make from CX and things like that? And what the conclusion that I come to, that I think is best to answer this, and I'm sure a few of the more experienced will say, if I give you a figure, but it is absolutely irrelevant, honestly. Because why I say that is because I could make X amount 1 week, and then the next week will be totally different. It might be more, might be less. I do have a target that I aim for, but I've come to terms with, if I don't hit that, but I've been out and I've been trying to look for jobs and I've been bidding and things like that, and I've been calling customers, shippers, nothing coming up, anything like that. I don't pester the shippers or anything like that. I wait for them to call me. But if something's not coming up, you've got to take what the market's giving you, or you've got to take what you're willing to go. Because like, let's say I pick a job that is willing to go from Sheffield to London, let's say. Sheffield to London. But if I'd have waited 15 minutes, I might have got a Sheffield to Bournemouth, or I might have got a Sheffield to Birmingham. So it all depends on how much, in my opinion, how much you're willing to work, and what it, because it's like any business or anything that you're going to. If you want something that's guaranteed and stable and solid, I would highly recommend getting a job and doing it like that. And then once you've developed, and once you've read the books and been to networking events and spoke to new people and really got to grips with it, then you can make a decision on whether it's for you. Because otherwise, you end up in a world of trouble, in panic mode. You end up under, like, I don't, if I'm being quite honest, this might sound pretty naive and pretty thingy, but I've got to a stage now where it doesn't really bother me that people underbid or people can't help people's circumstances. But what I can do is I can get up every single day, have a mindset of perspective and positive and moving forward, and let's see what happens in the day. As long as I do 3 to 5 non-negotiables, that I literally do the same thing every single day. That's talk to different customers, speak to different people. What is it that people want from a courier? What do people want? I ask people all the time. That's my job. That's my business. That's what you're up against. And I know that the people that are worth a lot more than me, and the people that might be worth less than me or doing whatever, not making as much as me or making way more than me, are doing that every single day. They're doing that every single day. All they're saying to themselves is, who can I speak to? Who can I ask? Who can I market to? Who can I get the service? I'm moving from there. It's been a bit of a steady week. Now I've done the cleaning. I'll go and set this because it's been on edge, very on edge, and that's not changed all week. No movement as of yet. If you focus on the outside, so like if you focus on the outside about what you want to do, how you want to do it, and where you want to go, because worrying about the uncontrollables, you're absolutely, you're in the deep blue sea with fuck all, with no armbands or anything. So it's all about your perspective. How you see things is what's gonna happen. Because if you sit and say and complain and that's fine, cool. Like, people will come, people will go, people will do business and people will not do business. Being your own boss, what I've realised is it comes with ups and downs massively. And there's very few ups in the grand scheme of things, because once you get your win, you've got to go again. Then you get another win, you've got to go again. Then you get a win, you've got to go again. So being your own boss is basically having your own schedule, but doing more than you've ever done. And that's tough. That's the tough bit. Because there were some fantastic comments, like some unbelievable comments. Some people were leaving CX, some people weren't leaving CX, some people were doing side hustles. Some people just wanted to know, like, about CX. But I get the question a lot about pay, like how much can I make on CX? How much can I make on courier driving? How much can I make in the 3 things that I mentioned in the clip before? The marketing, the infrastructure, and the product and service. What is it that you're selling is the key. What is it that you're selling? How much can you deal with? And who you're pushing it to. That's what you need to focus on. So yeah, go get it, make yourself a winner, and go and fucking do this shit. If you believe in something and you've got good intentions, go double down on this shit. Double down, triple down, quadruple down. If something puts you in flow state, double down, quadruple down, just fucking go all in. Trust me, you won't regret it. You won't regret it at all. I do not regret starting this at all. One thing that I do regret is I didn't do it earlier. But YouTube isn't for anyone. But that little itch that you've got, that you want to scratch, go scratch it. Believe me.